top with some sweet.
For over 100 years.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm going to be vlogging more. My name is Dee. I'm a lawyer. I'm actually in Feltham today. I'm at the West London County Court. I am traveling a lot for work. I am a litigator. I am a solicitor, but I'm not a solicitor. I am a lawyer in England and Wales, so if you can learn anything from this channel, I would be very happy. It's actually called the West London Court, so it's quite a big court, and you've got the county court in this building that I'm going into. It's a very nice day. I'm very happy because the sun is out, the planes are out. I'm very close to Heathrow, and I have a nice perfume that I have used. You might remember in my other vlogs that I would usually say that I never use perfumes because when I was pregnant I really could not stand the smell or the scent of the scents. But I've used this perfume today. It's called Just Hype. It's the end of the perfume, so I mix it with Brut. He doesn't use it, so I've been using it for him. I noticed that after going to, I think it was Hungary, where I bought a lot of perfume at duty free, it just makes me happy. It might be the excitement of going away or the excitement of the airport. I have no idea, but since then I have gone back to using perfumes. If you watch my vlogs before, you would know that I said that I don't use perfumes. I stopped using perfumes for many years because when I was pregnant I really struggled to smell the scent. I have a very strong sense of smell, or my sense of smell is very strong, and so I tend to like pick up smells easily, and I think during that time I was just struggling with smelling perfumes. But now today I've got a perfume that is now finished. I am happy because I just have a bottle of everything everywhere. I forget what this is called, but my god, this perfume was so good. I've just mixed the whole thing up, and this is a perfume that has made me happy. It is called Just Hype. It is so cheap, but if you see this perfume, I say buy 7 of it. Everyone in my house uses it. It smells nice, and every time I go anywhere people say, what are you using? Anyway, I'm gonna go in for my hearing. I've got hearing. My client was 4 hours early, which is good, and I am 2 hours early just because I've been driving for a very long time and the M3 was closed. My husband was like, you need to go, because my husband used to work here in Feltham and in Bedford, so he was like, you need to go. I know that place very well. It's gonna be crazy to get there. So anyway, I'm here and I'll see you later. I'm just gonna wear my shoes, carry my bag, and let's show you my bag. Today I've got a bag that I bought a long time ago. It's got some receipts in there. It's because my accountant is fussed about receipts now, but it's just really a polo wrap bag. It's a small bag. It just carries my laptop and nothing more really. I'll see you soon. So this is me, and I'm all done. Oh, look at this plane. There goes another plane. So this is the Immigration Tribunal. I don't know if I've ever shown you this place in another video, but this is where people come and deal with their appeals when they have been refused to stay in the United Kingdom. This is one of the big ones. I remember coming here like over 15 years ago, or did I say 15? About 20 years ago actually. It's called York House, and what would normally happen is you make an application to the Home Office to stay in the United Kingdom as a student, or as someone who's married to a British citizen, or someone who has a British child, or as an overstayer. So you came into the country, you just never left, and the Home Office then says no. That's if there is a refusal. Obviously, if the Home Office says yeah, here you go, then you don't have to come here to the courts. It's a tribunal. So a tribunal is a specialist court. You have the Employment Law Tribunal and you have the Immigration Tribunal, and there are other tribunals like for land matters, property matters. But let's turn around and see the Immigration Tribunal. So it's called York House. It's such a big court. It's very, very busy, like extremely busy. The only other one that I know that is quite busy is called Rosebery. Is it Rosebery House or Rosebery Avenue? I know it's on Rosebery Avenue anyway. I used to live in a place called Rosebery Avenue, so sometimes I don't know if it's Rosebery House or Rosebery Avenue. I forget now, but yeah, Taylor House, Rosebery Avenue. So Taylor House is quite big. Love watching the planes go, by the way. I digress. But yes, this is the tribunal, and then if we turn around, this is the court. It's called Gloucester House and is HMCTS, meaning Her Majesty's Courts and Tribunal Services. So they are both HMCTS. That's HMCTS for family courts, and I don't know if they have civil matters here. And this is HMCTS, Tribunal Services. And that is where I'm going to, which is Tesco. Every time I come here, I always go to the Tesco. I really like it here. And guess what? I met someone here that I know. I feel like every time I go somewhere, I know someone. Well, this is what I'm wearing. And you've seen my bag already. My bag is quite cute. I like my bag. Oh, this is sad and it smells so bad. You know, like rotten clothes can just stink so much, you know. Anyway, it just reminded me that I have to speak to someone who lives around here. But I just saw somebody that I know. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She had black on black, which is nice. And it was nice talking to her about her experience in court. So yes, very, very, very interesting to meet other people who are practicing as well. And she's someone who shares the same faith as me. We're both Christians. So it was just really nice talking to someone. Anyway, I was saying to you about the tribunal. If you have a refusal from the Home Office, then you would usually come to an immigration tribunal for a judge to make a decision. The way that a judge makes a decision is very different from the way that the Home Office would make a decision. So the Home Office has different sets of rules, and then there are immigration rules that govern a country. Well, the courts and the Home Office, you know, apply the same set of rules, but the judges also apply fairness, and a judge has discretion to allow someone to stay in the UK. Oh my God, there are flies everywhere, even after the Home Office asks them to go. So the Home Office might not be satisfied that a person is telling the truth and might decide that they should leave the country, but a judge can go further to see motions. A judge can tell this person is credible, they're telling the truth. Maybe they were supposed to send 6 months bank statements to the Home Office, and the applicant, the person, has sent only 2, and then the Home Office refuses their right to stay in the UK. Then they can produce 6 to the tribunal. They will first have to apply for the appeal to be heard by filing what we call a grounds of appeal. And after the grounds of appeal, they would have to file a skeleton argument and supporting evidence. So the supporting evidence will be, those things that were before the Home Office and those paperwork that were not before the Home Office. And one of the biggest evidence that would be before a tribunal is oral evidence. Oral evidence is huge. Sometimes people say, oh, I don't have this document, so I don't have evidence. Or there was domestic violence, but I cannot prove it because there were no injuries. No, the courts don't deal with things like that. There is documentary evidence, there are video evidence, all of that. But there is also oral evidence. When someone comes to court and says, I cannot go back to my country because of XYZ, and the court looks at them and says, you are being truthful. So the 2 different courts here. That's the court that I've gone to today for a family law case. And guess what? There was fighting in the court again. twice this time. I think in the 1 week I've seen 3 different fights in court. It's unusual, but it happens. People come with so many emotions, and sometimes sadly you're in the middle of it. I remember when I was doing the videos for Judge Floyd, and I was saying how one of the witnesses was taking, not just one, some of the witnesses were taking it out on the barristers, and I was saying there's no point taking it out on the representative. They're just doing their job. Same thing the judge had to reiterate today. Representatives are just doing their jobs. It looks quite big, and then when you turn the camera, it doesn't look as big. That's the Immigration Tribunal, and that's the court. These are flies, and I'm waiting for that plane. It's cute. So I'm just wearing a black jacket, and I'm wearing a dress in there and my shoes, and I just have a Polo Ralph bag that I bought. It suits my computer perfectly well, and it can carry some additions, so that's what I have going on today. Let me show you my shoes. Oh, there's a plane coming. I keep stopping for these planes. I love planes. Anyway, I plan to go to Tesco's and get some food, but before I do so, I've got to send an email. Hello. Kind of, yes, my car is here, but I'm actually waiting for someone who went to Tesco. She's somebody who works in the court. Alright, so I'm in the shop now and I'm just buying stuff. There's a Tesco just right next to the court. I had to stay in the car for almost 2 hours responding to emails. So when we go into court, they give us internet, so that was just nice. I was parked right in front of the court, and so I had the internet, and I didn't have to think that I would have to go home. It would be too late to send emails. I just sat there and I did my emails. Very interesting conversations that I had with other barristers who were working at this time, and we're all saying to one another, what are we doing working at this time? Need to go home. Anyway, so I did meet a very nice guy outside, and I asked him what he wanted, and he said he wanted Jaffa cakes. I've just been walking around the shop. First 2 ladies were not very helpful, but this lady in front of me here, she was so helpful. So she's told me that it's on this aisle, but I can't find it anywhere. I'm carrying too much, so I'm just gonna drop these and then concentrate on looking for the Jaffa cakes. I didn't get a trolley because I don't want to spend more time than I need in this court. So, oh my dear, in this court, no, in the shop. Aldi sells this for real cheap. These are $1.39 here. I'm just gonna take one as well. And then where is the Jaffa cake? You see Jaffa cake? Oh, I've seen them. Oh no. These are Jaffa cake bars. Are they the same thing? Oh, I don't think so. These are not the Jaffa cakes that I'm used to. Oh, problem is I can't find out from my new friend if that's what he wants. I'm not used to this other Jaffa cakes, but I think because they are individual, they might be better actually. You get what I mean? So he can keep them. Because he's asked for money and I've said, oh, I'm really sorry, I don't have any money. And he said, I said, you want any food? And he said, oh, he's got so much food, but he would really love Jaffa cakes. So that's good. Let's get some other type of Jaffa now. And I'll see if I can get some hot food. I said hot food, not hot sugar. These are too sweet. Tesco. They have nice croissants. I think I'll get some croissants for my parents. Or I'll just get them in France. Yep. Seeded baguette. I like seeded baguette. I hope the sound on this is not too bad. Anyway, where did I chuck my carton? Still cannot find a different Jaffa cake. Or I can't find different Jaffa cakes, if that makes sense. I think my carton is somewhere here. Let's put it in order. Be quite sad if that's the only Jaffa cake they have, because what if he doesn't want that Jaffa cake? I'm surprised. Is this the only packaging for Jaffa cakes now? Why? Okay, let me ask someone. That's the problem with a big shop. Everything is just so large. Mung beans. You know all these beans that you buy and then when you get home you can't even cook them. It can just be like uncookable. I get some beans that I've just cooked for years and they just wouldn't boil. I got some like Nigerian kind of pepper here. Cayenne pepper. This is crushed chili. How much is it? I don't know, but it's good stuff. Anyway, there are a lot of Asians that live around here, so there are a lot of things that I would not get in my own shop. I don't really have a Tesco around me anyway. What? So I finally found the Jaffa cakes here. So, oh my god, they're different ones. I'm just gonna grab different ones if that makes sense. But I will still keep the one that I took before. I think that he might like that one. This one is the one that I would normally buy at Christmas for the kids. Anyway, I'm getting 2 crackers for my parents. I haven't had a hula hoop since. I'm beginning to buy things that make me happy. I associate hula hoops with happiness. So I'm getting that. I'm getting Lucozade just because it's sugar free, but to be fair, I think I'm going to leave the Lucozade. I'm getting powdered milk. I'm beginning to see that I'm not having calcium, but I don't mind powdered milk. I haven't had it for a while, but I would share that with my parents as well. And I simply got this because of the bottle. Comment like if you buy things just because of their packaging. In fact, it took me a while to know what this was. I had to check the back to see what it was, but it's actually apple juice. So it's coming with me for the bottle. Let's get Jaffa cakes. Alright, so who did I throw you to? I think sometimes people just talk without actually thinking. So the lady by me was just telling her husband or partner So the lady by me was just telling her husband how she thinks he's unwell, that he drinks so much, and she had some choice words for him. Sometimes people don't know that this is a form of domestic violence, and the fact that they actually do it in plain sight in front of everyone. I'm seeing a lot of it these days, and I think sometimes people don't know that other people are listening or that it's actually a form of domestic violence because they don't come to court to see the craziness that happens in court. And how the courts would normally frown on certain choice words being used on the other party. I was about to say that the toilets here in Tesco are very nice because of the wallpaper, but listen, the smell. It's like many things erupted in this place, like something was so bad, it's disgusting. I was about to say that the toilets here in Tesco are very nice because of the wallpaper, but listen, the smell. It's like many things erupted in this place, like something was so bad, it's disgusting. And the worst bit is that the water doesn't even come out. Look, okay, it's better. Oh my god. Oh, come on now, Tesco. Every little helps. help us to help ourselves, please. We're in their need of help. The smell. You too. Thank you so much. Oh my god. The kindest person ever is talking to me like she's met me before, even though I don't know her from anywhere. Anyway, that was interesting. Oh god. Oh no, you're here. You're good stuff. I couldn't find Jaffa cakes anywhere. I bought you 2 different ones.
Yeah.
Oh no. Here we go. Oh no, sorry, there's another one. 1 minute, just hold on.
Thank you so much, man.
No worries. Oh,
All right.
I wasn't sure if you could carry.
I'll put them here.
Take care. Do you play any music?
I do. I play guitar. Someone gave me harmonica. I started learning it. as well.
Really? Well done.
They taught me off for playing here, though. So.
Oh, really? Can you get like a boxing license?
Boxing.
Yeah, to box. You can get a license to play music here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to apply to the council. They'll give it to you. And I think you'll be fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
God bless you, yeah? You take care. Alright. Oh my god, look at this plane. Say goodnight to the plane. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, share, just comment if you want to see videos like this that are just all over the place. But well, hopefully you learn a thing or two if you're into the law. I'll see you next time. Bye now. Bye bye plane. Bye bye people. See you soon. Arrivederci. You have to pay before you... Oh, you have to pay. Oh, replace the nozzle and pay. So how do we pay? Oh, block card. All right, we can do that. Let's pay then. All right, it says tap card or scan barcode. Yeah, insert payment card, reprint receipt. Hopefully I can pay with my phone. I can use Apple Pay. Oh my god. Okay, I've just been standing here for such a long time. I'm trying to pay for fuel, but it wouldn't let me. So let's see if I need to get in here. I can just speak to him. Do I need to go in? No? I never use a physical card. I'm so glad that I brought my physical card. I would not have been able to buy fuel, and I'm so far from home. At this time of the evening, you're closed. Oh my god, what am I doing? Oh my god. Alright, I didn't get to buy some fuel. Oh god, if I do this one more time, I'm going to scream. So it says, insert your card. Let's do it. Oh god, I can't remember last time. You see when your husband does everything for you. Okay, that's where it gets bad. I don't know my PIN. I need to go into my bank to get my PIN. So it says lift nozzle to begin fueling, and it's taking £120 from my account, which is ridiculous. So it means that if someone cannot even afford £120, they're not going to be able to to use this card system. I don't know why Tesco makes everything so difficult. My home, it's just gonna waste fuel because I got into my husband, the sciencey one. If you have too much fuel, you end up wasting fuel because the car just needs to like expend fuel, if that makes sense. So I've gotten to 50. Yeah, my tank is full at 53.25. Good stuff. Okay, Tesco, make sure you get my money back. Make sure it's locked. And can we get a receipt or anything? Yes, it is. Oh my God, everything is just... Well, you don't know. You know, I need to hold my cards more. I have a card at every given point. If not, it's just problematic. Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like, to subscribe and share. There was a nice plane just saying bye there. Anyway, I'm gonna see you in my next one. Make sure you comment so that I know that you like videos like this, and I'll make more. It's very noisy here. There's a generator here. I don't know what it's for. Well, that's interesting. Well, when people say that it's just in Nigeria that you have generators, no, there are many things that we say are just known to Africa. Not very true. I was watching this movie yesterday about someone who has Tourette syndrome. Real life story on Netflix. I think it's at number 2 at this time, and it was interesting where they were using like corporal punishment and flogging the student. And I was like, it's not just an African thing. There are many things that we copied from, let's just be real, our colonial masters. And I do know people who still use generators. So if you live in places where it's difficult to get gas to you or electricity to you, like in Kent and stuff, oh, there's a big plane. Loads of travel videos. I hadn't traveled for about 8 years. 8 years? Yes. When I went to Nigeria, I hadn't been to Nigeria for 8 years, but maybe I'd gone to other countries. But I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I would be putting up my videos for you to watch. Anyway, you take care, and I would see you in the next one. Bye bye.